not a fan of Gerry Visco. I believe, furthermore, that the Gerrification party rose to power through gerrymandering. I had my own run-in with Miss Visco because I received a summons by post that said I had been summoned to appear at grand jury duty. Now, it had a little seal on it with the cat-eye glasses, and I thought, well, those are appealing enough. I was ordered to come to not to a courthouse, but to a nightclub. But I thought, well, government is changing, I don't know. So I appeared at midnight at this nightclub, and I was immediately assailed with a barrage of jelly bellies that hit me in the eye. Gerry Visco was just hurling them at me, no holds barred. And then she called me a mother, and then all these scantily clad teenagers came, and they had a double-headed dildo that had been hollowed out, and they jammed it down my throat and poured gin into it and funneled gin into my body until I passed out. Then when I woke up, I found myself in a field, and I was being forced by these naked teen boys to do heavy labor, and they told me that I was gerricropping, and that I'd been selected because I was geriatric. And the more I looked above the tall grass and everything, I saw that there were many other old people there. And then Gerry Visco herself was paraded around like a princess or a pasha, you know, raised up, and she was saying, "You belong to me, you geriatric, ha 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 ha." And they were fanning her, and she had a parasol, and she had a handheld mirror. And she looked into that mirror, and she just kept saying over and over again, "Mirror, mirror, in my hand, who is the gerrist in the land?" Hey, Gerry. It's me. Gosh, nothing's been the same up at the North Pole since you gerrified all us elves. We've all been so happy. I never realized I was good at anything except for making toys. But since you gerrified me, I realized I'm good at being blonde and good at wearing these glasses. Well, there goes the Christmas train. Hey guys! I just wanted to tell you, Gerry, you better get that memoir about you being a hooker ready, because I know Santa wants to be a major stocking stuffer this year. And you know, Mrs. Claus wants to edit it. You know how she gets with those sniffy markers. She's quite the grammarian. So anyway, I hope your Gerrification show goes real swell. But bye, Gerry.
Yeah, so, basically, I met Gerry Visco on the internet. I was just living with my parents out in Pennsylvania, and just going to school, you know. And then I think she poked me on Facebook one day, and so then I looked at some of her pictures and stuff, and I was like, what the fuck, like, who is this lady, you know? But then, like, the more we got to talking, like IMing, G-chatting, like, she calls everything G-chat, whether it's like Yahoo IM or Facebook chat, you know, because like her name's Gerry or whatever, and the whole Gerrification thing. So just a lot of late night G-chats, and it seemed like we liked a lot of the same bands and had like some of the same kind of ideas about society in general. And then she told me that that she was actually a twink pimp, and that she thought that I had like a bright future. And so I mean, basically the rest is history. Like, I was in Pennsylvania, and now that Gerry's my boss, like, I'm living here in this loft in Bushwick, just twinking.
Gerry Visco, I want my son back.
What can be said about Gerry Visco that hasn't been said already? I got a couple things. Started working with Gerry back in the 70s. She had done a picture with Woody Allen, of course, the Stardust Memories. And when I saw her face on that screen, I just thought, who is that woman? I had to meet her. I was just a kid, but I was a kid with moxie. I met her and I knew she had it. Really had it. The horn-rimmed glasses, the bleach blonde hair, the unbridled aggression on screen and off. I was gonna make her my actress, and I did. The first picture we worked on was Gerry's and Cream. It was a bit risque. I think it was misunderstood at the time. I was really trying to do something in the vein of Warhol's Frankenstein. We had a lot of intestine sex, gallbladder sex, fallopian tube sex. We really wanted to push the limits. And Gerry Visco went all the way. Then we did Gerry's Stories to Tell in the Dark. It was a horror picture. Got quite a bit of attention. A couple years later, we shifted gears. We did Bad Babies and the Oger, which was, in my mind, the art house answer to Mary Poppins. Very proud of that picture. The last film we did together was When Gerry Met Sally, which was sapphic cinema, if you catch my drift. Gerry Visco, 2010. I tell you, she had it then. She's got it now. Take it from me.
You ruined my life, Gerry Visco. And you and your people may call it Gerrification, but you know what I call it? Oh, I call it Gerrorism.